Are live here in Winnsboro for a first-round playoff matchup between the Pleasant Grove Hawks and the Tyler Chapel Hill Bulldogs. I am Nick Reed. Joining me in the booth tonight is Jay Davis. How you doing today, Jay?
Doing well. Had a little hour-and-a-half drive here to Winnsboro and excited to see these Pleasant Grove Hawks try to extend into the playoffs with this first game against Chapel Hill.
Playoff baseball, no uncharted waters for these Pleasant Grove Hawks. They've been here plenty of times, but last year this is where the bus stopped, and I think Coach Fincher and these Pleasant Grove Hawks have a kind of chip on their shoulder this season and a want to show the state that Pleasant Grove is still that top-tier program.
Yeah, and I think that they're going to look to close this out in 2 games. And, you know, anytime that you've got a fourth-place team playing a first-place team in a district, anytime that you get a 3-game series, that's going to, benefit the first-place team just because they probably are a little bit deeper. And Pleasant Grove's going to be brutal in any 3-game series just because of the arms that they have available.
Exactly. Yeah. Tonight on the mound for the Hawks, we're going to see Jared Halter. You got to put him down as the ace of this Pleasant Grove team. He's been pitching well all year long, going 4 games, a lot of strikeouts, a lot of innings pitched, and he's just taking control of this pitching staff for Pleasant Grove. So I think they're going to ride him definitely to a Game 1 victory tonight.
Yeah, I do not recall a time during this season that his ERA ever rose above 1. He comes into this game coming in at .88. And, one of the measurements that I always look at for a pitcher is how many strikeouts do you have per innings pitch. And, he comes in, with just under 50 innings pitched and I think about 52 or 53 strikeouts. And, he's very, very efficient on the mound. And the last couple of times that I've watched him, he's had a little extra competitiveness, with his, just the way he has held himself on the mound. And so I look for him to be able to do that tonight. It's just, does Tyler Chapel, do they have the answer, to Halter tonight?
Exactly. We haven't seen very many people have an answer for Jared Halter. Only a sophomore here. We talked about how young this Pleasant Grove lineup is. He's joined by a host of freshmen here. But I want to talk about J.M. Long for a second because he's one of the seniors here that this playoff series is going to mean a little bit more to him than it is to the rest of those guys.
Well, we'll take a quick pause. Going back to J.M. Long, he's one of the Hawks that has the taste of Austin in his mouth already. And, last year was definitely bittersweet. From this point on, when the last game occurs, there's going to be tears shed. Are they going to be tears of joy or, disappointment of losing at that particular round? And so I don't think J.M. Long wants to have the same tears that he had last year and the Hawks had last year, especially with just such an early exit.
Exactly. A little new look for the Hawks right here. We know the look they have in the infield when Jared Halter is on the mound with Ty Boozer over at first, Brent Clark at second, J.M. Long at short, and Spencer Browning over on the hot corner.
Well, and what's so phenomenal about the infield that Pleasant Grove normally puts on the field is anytime that you can have shortstops on your infield from travel teams, that's going to be a very, very good infield. And, I mean, each one of these players has played shortstop in the past year or two on their travel team. So Jarrett Halter has a lot of confidence for the guys behind him. And then you even go out to the outfield, just the range that Hunter Rose has, playing that center field spot. They don't lose anything with Jarrett pitching, and they don't lose anything when Jarrett's not pitching.
Exactly. Speaking of that outfield, probably one of the fastest outfields in East Texas, maybe even in the state of Texas, even with that interchangeable part in freshman Walker Wright, who comes out and plays right field when Rose has to scoot over to center. And then you have Jace Elrod over there, who I don't know if there's a faster base runner in this district or even in the East Texas. So it's going to be a great matchup. Jarrett Halter on the mound. Leadoff hitter for Tyler Chapel Hill is going to be Austin Vasa. He's going to be playing center field for them tonight.
Being first at bat and center field, he's got to have speed. So if he's able to get on, that's definitely going to put pressure on the Hawks.
Swing and a miss for strike one on the first pitch of the game. And I think that's going to be the test tonight for Tyler Chapel Hill, is to get Jarrett Halter out of his rhythm. And there he goes, 0-2 there, and kind of get ahead of him. Because when we see Jarrett Halter get ahead in counts and get ahead of these hitters early, it's a long night for these lineups.
Well, and once again, with Pleasant Grove being so deep with pitchers, you're really not concerned about, there's the first strikeout of the game, you're not going to be concerned about how many pitches Jarrett pitches tonight.
Exactly, and if he can keep that up, his pitch count will be low. That's a 3-pitch strikeout right there. 1 out, nobody on for Jarrett Halter and the Hawks here. Connor Griffin, shortstop, steps up to bat. First pitch popped up. Jarrett Halter calls for the ball, and he's going to put out number 2, and that's only 4 pitches here, Jay.
Yeah, 2 up, 2 down, and the only way that could get better is if we go 3 up, 3 down. And so it'd be interesting to see how Malcolm Pisana is going to be able to, face Jarrett Halter here.
Malcolm Pisana, another athletic kid coming up to bat from this Tyler Chapel Hill lineup, playing second base for him tonight.
Yeah, he looked good infield, quick arm.
First pitch just outside and a little low, ball 1. First ball of the ball game from Jarrett Halter. That pitch is hit out to center field. You got to think Hunter Rose is going to get under that with ease. And he will, and that's out number 3. Pleasant Grove out of the top half, 1, 2, 3. And as they take a break, we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
And we are back live here in Winnsboro as Pleasant Grove takes on Tyler Chapel Hill. Pleasant Grove looking strong in the top half of the inning. Jarrett Halter gets out of there 1, 2, 3 on only 6 pitches.
Yeah, Chapel Hill is going to ask pitcher Ethan Mendez to do the same or something similar, and it'll be interesting to see how these Hawks are able to attack Chapel Hill tonight. I did notice that I think center field is probably going to be one of the shortest distance that Pleasant Grove has played on tonight, and the wind is blowing basically directly out to center field. So it'll be interesting to see, what Brent Clark, James Long, Cade Martin and Hunter Rose can do if they could get a ball up in the air tonight.
Exactly. Brenton Clark, one of my favorite leadoffs to watch. He's one of those guys that jumps on something early in the count, especially in a ball game like this. He's going to want to come out here and set the tone for this Pleasant Grove lineup. And then Jarrett Halter is going to come in right behind him. We know that he kind of struggles at the plate a little bit when he is on the mound, but still notching a lot of RBIs for this Pleasant Grove lineup.
Well, when you've got Brenton Clark in front of you batting .398 and he's leading the team with balls on base, you're going to have the opportunity to have a couple of RBIs. So, he's definitely set up Jarrett Halter, James Long, and Cade Martin all, to have some good RBIs this year. And unfortunately for both teams, previous stats really don't matter. It's game time.
It's game time. Playoff time. Everybody is at 0. But Brenton Clark steps into the box right here with a little bit over 30 hits and a 398 average. As he jumps on that first pitch, he's going to hit it to Pisana there at second. He flips it over, and that's a bad throw. Ball's going to go over by the dugout, but stays in play, so Brenton Clark will not get a free bag. Had a little collision over at first base as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking that that's just going to be uncharacteristics for both, the second baseman and the first baseman there because, during warm-ups, man, those throws were crisp. I actually mentioned that while he was batting, so maybe I need to talk about the rest of them.
Jared Halter steps into the bat. One man on, nobody out. Brenton Clark keeping a close lead here. We haven't seen a pickoff yet. We're going to see one immediately from Mendez. Clark back in plenty of time there.
Yeah, Coach Snyder giving him the calls directly from the dugout as far as what he's wanting him to do.
Going to have a quick bunt here from Halter. Brenton Clark's going to be on the move here. He's going to be safe before the throw. And now there's a man in scoring position with nobody out for Jared Halter. A chance to help himself out right here.
Yeah, I don't know if one of the coaches had the stopwatch there or not, but, I think I can see Pleasant Grove trying to take advantage of this arm on the catcher. Ball just really wasn't crisply thrown, but it may have been caught in the glove a little bit there.
1-0 pitch on the way to Halter here. Halter's going to lay it down here, and he's going to have a chance to be safe. And Halter's going to be safe with a bunt single here in the first inning. And that's going to be runners on first and third with nobody out for power hitter J.M. Long. Not the way Tyler Chapel Hill drew that one up. Had a little miscommunication between catcher and pitcher there.
Yeah, Tyler Chapel is going to have to at least control this just to one run. No outs. Pleasant Grove's going to have plenty of opportunities to try to get Brenton Clark in to score.
You got to think you're going to see movement out of Halter here. And we got a balk on Mendez. That's going to be runners on second. Or I'm sorry, Brenton Clark does get a free base. So that's going to be your first run of the ball game. Pleasant Grove goes on top 1-0 on the balk.
And that's not necessarily how you want to score them, but I don't think any team's ever said, no, we won't take that.
Exactly. Coach Fincher wants as many as he can get, however he can get them. Needless to say, that puts Jared Halter on second base with nobody out. First pitch misses just outside. 1-0 count here. J.M. Long, one on the long list of commits, or I guess he's already signed to Texas Tech. So he's one of the long list of future college baseball players on this Pleasant Grove roster. Mendez misses with the curveball up in the zone. 2-0. He's going to want to be careful with that, especially to J.M. Long.
Yeah, he still doesn't need to give him a pitch that he can just hit, but I doubt we're going to see a swing here.
2-0 count.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought it was 3-0.
And that's one right there is going to fall in for a strike that later on in the count, I'm pretty sure J.M. Long is going to spin on. Two-one pitch on the way to J.M. Long. Long's going to take a swing at it, fouled off to the backstop.
Yeah, timing's off just a little bit on that swing. It'll be interesting to see what the coach calls up for a 2-2 count here.
The wind still blowing straight out.
Tyler Chapel really not paying much attention to Halter on second.
Pisana playing the shift here, it seems like. That pitch comes in high, a little bit outside, brings the count full here, 3-2. One on second, nobody out here.
Coach Fitcher giving the call to Halter here.
J.M. Long gets a hold of one. That's probably going to land foul. and it will down the first baseline.
Yeah, Jam did a good job fighting off that inside pitch. You know, really couldn't tell whether it was truly going to be a ball or a strike, but he stays alive. Count continues at 3-2.
Mendez, pitcher that gives a lot of power hitters problems here, as the velo isn't what you normally would expect, and he throws a lot of off-speed pitches. So J.M. Long's going to have to sit in here. As that curveball comes in the zone, J.M. Long pulls it foul. Definitely going to have to sit back here. You've got a base open. You don't want to give J.M. Long one right down the middle, so we're probably going to see another off-speed pitch here from Mendez.
Yeah, I don't think anything high is going to be good for Mendez here.
And there it is, another off-speed pitch, and J.M. Long just fights it off.
Yeah, it's just the timing there, and I mean, you talk about that velocity. You know, I don't think Pleasant Grove has seen this type of velocity since early in the season, and so it's just going to be a matter of time. You know, maybe that second, third time that Pleasant Grove goes through the lineup, there could be some explosive hits.
Definitely going to take a little second getting his timing. Caden Martin on deck getting his timing right now, who's in a great situation. J.M. Long hits one right back up the box. This is going to score Jared Halter. He comes around third. We're going to have a throw with the plate. It's a little off. J.M. Long's going to advance to second. And he's standing on second with an RBI double. 2-0 Pleasant Grove. And Caden Martin steps into the box with another player in scoring position.
Well, if you could draw it up in this inning, Hawks go 3 up, 3 down with only 6 pitches by Halter. And right now you've got 2 runs after, 3 batters. Pleasant Grove basically can't do anything wrong right now.
Definitely a great situation, probably the best situation to start this ball game off. 2 runs scored already, a man in scoring position and nobody out. First pitch outside, 1-0 to Caden Martin. Caden Martin's one of those guys with 30-plus hits on the year.
And tied team lead, 3 home runs.
Another one outside. 2-0 count. Pleasant Grove hitters very comfortable in these hitters' counts right now. Mendez is going to have to switch that up and get ahead a little bit to throw them off. Two-0 pitch falls in for a strike. Great job by the umpire right there, not giving up on that pitch. 2-1 count to Caden Martin here.
Yeah, 2-1 count. You gotta know that Cade's looking for something to drive, get another RBI for the season.
He goes down low. He's going to hit that hard to shortstop. In the glove and over to first for out number 1. Hard hit ground ball just right to the shortstop. Connor Griffin makes a great throw over to first for out number 1. 1 out, man in scoring position for Hunter Rose.
Yeah, Jarrett wisely, J.M. Long wisely steps back onto second base to keep that runner in scoring position rather than trying to take third there.
0-0 pitch to Rose. He goes downstairs and pulls that down first base line. 0-1 count. Pleasant Grove hitters tonight are going to have to stay within themselves and not get too antsy at the plate and just sit back and drive balls. Seeing a lot of pull foul. Hunter Rose gets a hold of one. It's out in the right field. It's back, off the wall. J.M. Long's going to come around third.
Yeah, the right fielder bobbled it just a little bit, allowing Hunter Rose to get to third base.
RBI stand-up triple for Hunter Rose, and that moves the score to 3-0 for the Pleasant Grove Hawks. Hunter Rose showing off his speed right there. I know there was a little bobble, but still able to reach third standing up on a ball hit 320.
Yeah, he had everything he wanted on that pitch and just really went after it. I have a feeling that the outfield is probably going to play him a little deeper this next time around, give him a little more respect. And I know we've mentioned this once before, but, I mean, he's just a freshman.
He's just a freshman. Buck Anderson, also a freshman, steps into the batter's box. He hits the first pitch. Going to be a chopper down to third base. Throw over to first, and that's going to be out number 2. And Hunter Rose will stay at third.
Yeah, Buck's been a very, very good DH for Pleasant Grove this year, and I expect him to have a very good, playoff run here.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Spencer Browning, also a freshman, stepping into the batter's box. 3 freshmen back-to-back-to-back in this Pleasant Grove lineup. Curveball in the dirt, 1-0.
Yeah, good eye by Spencer. He's probably going to be looking for something up, a little bit more speed, try to drive the ball into the outfield.
Another curveball just outside, 2-0. Spencer Browning gets a fastball. He rips it down the third baseline. It's going to be a throw over. That's out number 3 for Mendez and the Tyler Chapel Hill Bulldogs, but not before Pleasant Grove strikes first. And that's 3-0. As they take a small break, we'll take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
And we're back live here at the top of the second inning. Pleasant Grove on top of Tyler Chapel Hill, 3-0. And for Jared Halter's 7th pitch, we're going to have a pitcher-pitcher matchup. Ethan Mendez steps into the box as a 4-hole. First pitch, swing and strike. 0-1 your count.
Yeah, Jared looks like he's just got great command tonight.
Foul ball down the first baseline as Mendez is going to have to try to catch up to that fastball. Brings the count to 0-2 here. Yeah, Jared Halter has had command all season long. He just seems to get stronger as they keep playing. Third pitch, great breaking ball is going to be a ground ball. Spencer Browning makes an ESPN play as he comes across the field and gets that one. Out number 1 for the Pleasant Grove Hawks.
Yeah, I think J.M. Long was ready to squeeze the ball, and next thing you know, you've got Mr. Lightning running across the field there, making that great play, throwing him out at first base.
Exactly. Great job of Browning recognizing this slow roller and coming across, and also a great job of J.M. Long by letting him get it. First pitch to Riley Underwood is in the dirt for ball 1. Riley Underwood gets a hold of one. That's going to fall in for a hit right behind shortstop as Jace Elrod's going to get that back in quickly. And that's hit number 1 for the Chapel Hill Bulldogs as Riley Underwood stands on first base.
Well, Jarrett's going to have a little pressure just to sort of keep him on first base here. We'll see, how Coach Fincher dials that up. But, number 7 here, Jackson Cummings, left fielder, looking to advance the runner.
First pitch, strike. 0-1 count. With this style of infield, if you're Jared Halter, you can pitch pretty much however you want to and just keep the ball on the ground, and something good is going to happen. Pickoff move to first just to keep the runner honest there.
Well, in the range that you've got out there, each of them can play.
Halter going back to the breaking ball.
The second base, played by Britton Clark. Ty Boozer can definitely stay on first base to hold him on there, and Britton's got the speed to be able to cover a little more area than most second basemen out there.
0-2 pitch on the way from Halter. Throws the high cheese. Almost gets Cummings to swing there.
Yeah, no sense in giving him anything down low to drive into the outfield. Good pitch by Halter there.
1-2 pitch on the way. Going to be a hard hit ball out in the left field. It's going to the wall. It's going to bounce off the wall there. Runners advance. He's going to send him from third. J.M. Long or Brent Clark's going to have a shot here. Runners hold at second and third. But that's a one-out double from Jackson Cummings. Runners on second and third, just one out. And that brings up your 7-hole, Chandler Lawson, the right fielder for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, once the ball hit the fence, it actually bounced right to Hunter Rose, and Coach Snyder was wise there to keep that base runner at third base, because Hunter Rose was able to get that ball into the infield pretty quick to J.M. Long.
Short hop to J.M. Long. He's going to have to hold the runner. Oh, the runner tried to advance to third. That's going to be a quick tag, one out. Jackson Cummings did not realize that Riley Underwood did not run home there on the slow roller, and gets caught up between second and third there. Great play by J.M. Long to recognize it.
Yeah, it takes a player out of scoring position there for Tyler Chappell, and I don't think runs are going to come cheap tonight. So things like that could definitely come down to being very costly for Tyler Chappell.
Definitely a chance to take
Chapel Hill.
The wind out of the Chapel Hill sail right here. If you can get out of this inning with no runner scored, after there was a potential chance to load the bases right there. Runners on first and third, 2 outs here. Strike. Had a little square around the bunt right there. Logan Ray, your catcher tonight. Jared Halter keeping the base runner honest. 0-1 count here.
That's just the confidence that he does have in Ty Boozer being able to do that with the runner on third.
Jared Halter steps off the mound to regain his composure here. 0-1 pitch on the way. It's going to be fouled straight off the top of the backstop, right to the concession stand.
Yeah, Jarrett definitely in the driver's seat here with no balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Man on first and third.
Big pitch right here from Halter. Definitely don't want to give up an 0-2 2-out single for a run right here to Chapel Hill. Another pick move to first. (0-2) pitch. Comes in just low, going to move the count to 1-2. Not a bad miss right there by Halter. Oh, 1-2 on the way. It's low, bounces off the umpire. Probably saves a run right there if you're Pleasant Grove.
Probably does. It does advance a runner to second base, so you've got 2 runners in scoring position now.
Also takes away your force. So balls in the middle of the field are going to have to be thrown across the diamond. We're going to have a visit right here from Coach Fincher, probably just checking on Jared and just telling him to calm down here. You got a 3-run lead early in the ball game.
And to this point, there's no harm. I mean, no runs have scored. And Chapel Hill has had some good hits into the outfield, so their hitters have definitely been able to tee it up a couple of times. But Jared's still looking good out there with command. So I think as long as he's hitting his spots tonight, he's going to be fine with this defense behind him.
Oh, yeah, 2 strikes right here, 2 outs, and 2 runners on right here. Great situation for a guy like Jared Halter. You know, we've seen him in bases loaded situations this season. We've seen him with guys on first and third, and he's come out with pretty much the same result. So I think he's going to get a ground ball right here, possibly even a strikeout to end the inning. Two pitch, 2 outs, 2 men on right here. Jerry Halter, ground ball right back to him. He's going to make the play. Easy throw over the top, Boozer, and that's out number 3. Pleasant Grove escapes the danger unscathed here as they stay on top 3-0. They take a small break. We're going to take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day. And we're back live here in Winnsboro as Pleasant Grove is still on top of Tyler Chapel Hill Bulldogs, 3-0. Ty Boozer will be your leadoff hitter in this inning. Ethan Mendez back on the bump for the Bulldogs. Mendez kind of, despite giving up 3 runs, he's kind of got this Pleasant Grove offense on their heels a little bit.
Well, and it's not like they've just totally outdone him. They've had a couple hits to the walls, but I think he's settling down here just a little bit. Had a good end of the inning there. Already has his bat out of the way, so maybe he can just sort of focus on just him and the catcher. And one of the things that I've heard in the past is if you can get it to that point where you're just playing catch with your catcher, you can definitely have a good night. And that's what Ethan's going to have to do here in order to be able to get these Hawks back off the field so that they can try to get a run or 2 back.
Exactly. Ty Boozer's going to have a lot to say about that as he comes into the game with the best batting average on the team.
Well, and when your best batting average bats number 8, you've got a good lineup.
Exactly. 0-0 pitch to Ty Boozer. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the second inning here. Off-speed pitch is going to come in just high. 1-0. Ty Boozer tries to go downstairs and get that one. 1-1 count on the swing and strike.
Yeah, definitely not used to this velocity. And, Pleasant Grove's just going to get their timing down.
That pitch comes in just a little bit high. Ty Boozer hits it out high in the right center field. It's going to be caught by Austin Vasa. He shows off his speed there.
Yeah, good coverage there in the center field, and with the wind blowing the way it is, it just kept blowing out on him. So way to stay underneath that.
That's going to bring up Jace Elrod with 1 out, nobody on for the Hawks right here.
Yeah, Jace looking to get on base just to give Brenton Clark something to do, move him around a little bit.
Great pitch right there from Mendez that falls in for a strike. That's going to be a hard pitch to bunt tonight.
Yeah, that's going to give the third baseman plenty of time to be able to come in and make that play should he get the ball down in fair territory.
Second pitch falls in for a strike as well, and Mendez is kind of finding his groove and finding his location with that breaking ball. Elrod fouls one off just over the home the home dugout.
Yeah, one of the few fastballs that we've seen out of Mendez tonight, and he was actually able to place that pretty good.
Oh, 2 pitch to Jace Elrod on the way, just 1 out, nobody on here. Elrod goes downstairs and rips that into right field. He's going to be on with the single.
Yeah, anytime that you can get your 9-hole hitter on first base, that's always a good thing, and not necessarily a good thing for Chapel Hill here, with Brenton Clark coming in with his .398 batting average.
Jace Elrod doing a great job of turning that lineup over, and who better to turn it over to? 1 out, man on first base. Gonna have a pickoff move to first. Jace Elrod back with plenty of time. Elrod getting a little bigger lead than we've seen so far tonight. He's gonna be going. Clark's going to let him take it. He's going to have this one stolen. Jace Elrod goes into second base with a stolen base on the night.
Yeah, playing on turf, so we won't have to do the laundry, but I don't think he really needed to slide in there at second base. He had that pretty much in line.
Oh, yeah. Definitely could have took that one standing up, but got down for the theatrics. Brent Clark's going to watch that one go by for strike one. 1-1 count here, man, on second base, just 1 out in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, definitely want to give kudos to Winnsboro ISD. They do have a very, very good baseball facility here.
Looks great out there playing on the turf. A little bit different for some of these teams who haven't played on turf much, but definitely gives you that playoff feel.
When I first looked at the weather, it looked like it was going to possibly shower as early as 7 o'clock tonight. But that has changed throughout the night, and it's not supposed to hit till about 11 o'clock. But a field like this, you can definitely
Brent Clark goes downstairs, and he's going to rip that in center field. Jace Elrod's going to have a chance. He rounds third. There's not going to be a play at the plate as he scores standing up to move this lead to 4-0 on the RBI single from Brent Clark.
Yeah, good base running there by Jace Elrod, and just a good stroke by Brenton Clark to be able to drive that ball out there to get that RBI.
Brings up the pitcher, Jarrett Halter here. Got to be feeling good stepping into the batter's box when you're the pitcher and you've got a 4-0 lead. Third base moving in, expecting the bunt here. Probably see some movement out of Brent Clark. Mendez was thinking the same things. He picks off to first base. Clark back with plenty of time.
Yeah, good throw to first. Brenton did have a good lead there, but was able to get back in time. Exceptional coaching over there by Joe Pearlman.
0-0 count. Clark gives a fake little steal back pick right there from Logan Ray, with Clark back with plenty of time as well.
Yeah, that's the first throw behind that the catcher has made tonight, so he's not scared to do that.
0-0 pitch to Jared Halter. This time Clark is going to go. He's going to slide in, and he's safe underneath the tag. The throw was a little bit off the bag, which almost helped Tyler Chapel Hill out right there.
Yeah, the ball tailed just a little bit, and that allowed Brenton Clark to slide underneath that tag.
We're going to have Coach Brian Schneider come out and talk to our middle infield judge here. Quick conversation. Just wanted a little explanation right there. Nonetheless, 1-1 count, 1 out, man on second for Jared Halter. Jared Halter wanted to swing at that one, but let it go by for strike 2. So we're in the 1-2 count with just 1 out here, man on second.
Yeah, Ethan is keeping his card in his back pocket, and so every pitch he's having to go to it and then put that card back in there before he's able to throw the pitch.
Halter swings through that one. That's going to be strike number 3 and strikeout number 1 for Ethan Mendez. That brings it to 2 outs here.
And once again, this velocity of Mendez has just really had a couple of these Hawks, not necessarily be able to place the ball exactly where they want to. And, there you are. You see, Halter chasing after an off-speed pitch. So good pitch selection by Mendez.
Mendez off-speed pitch as well. I know the velo is a problem, but it's not like it has bad movement. And it's kind of dropping off the table, coming up there looking like a beach ball to these Pleasant Grove hitters and then dropping off at the table. A lot of them have even fallen in for strikes right there at the last minute. So Mendez is kind of settling into his own. I know he's got 4 runs on him right now, but he's not throwing a bad game. Jalen Long takes time. Two outs.
Yeah.
Runner on second. Shortstop paying a lot of attention to Brent Clark there. Jalen Long hits it right through the hole. Shortstop going to have to come make a play here, and he will. He throws it across for out number 3. But Pleasant Grove does tack on one more. 4-0, your new score. And as they take a break, we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of industry-leading Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Take advantage of exceptional financing offers from your local Cub Cadet dealer today.
You've spent years working hard to create your financial security. Reward yourself with a checking account designed specifically for you by a bank that shows you the outstanding level of customer service you deserve. With State Bank's Elite Checking, you can qualify for a competitive rate of interest, no monthly service fee, free checks, and superior customer service. Let State Bank be your bank for service, relationships, and living life to its fullest.
And we're back live here at the top of the 3rd inning. Pleasant Grove is up 4-0 on the Tyler Chapel Hill Bulldogs.
Well, and I don't think Tyler is going to, just be scared of that. They're coming out of, District 16 where Lindale had 9 wins, Brownsboro had 7 wins, and Van had 7 wins. So it's not like they have just a weak district. They've got some good teams there. Tyler Chapel just, ended up coming in as that 4th place team. So that, even though they're down by 4, they're just going to have to look at it as getting one back at a time.
Exactly. Mason Beck, your non-ho, is going to hit that to Brent Clark over at second. He flips it to Ty Boozer. That's out number 1 on 1 pitch here. Jared Halter is doing a great job of keeping that pitch count down here tonight.
Yeah, there's a good chance that Halter was going to finish this game anyway.
Yeah.
But if he's getting out of innings like this, I definitely plan on seeing him throughout the night.
We're going to see the first rollover of the lineup for Tyler Chapel Hill as the athletic center fielder, Austin Vasa, steps into the batter's box. So he's going to get a hold of that one in center field. Hunter Rose is going to have to go back a little bit. He settles under it, and he catches it on the back pedal. Out number 2. 2 pitches, 2 outs here at the top of the 3rd for Jared Halter.
Yeah, I don't know if Halter could script a better 1st and now 3rd inning. 2nd inning put a little pressure on it, but was able to get out with no runs, so still has a shutout intact.
0-0 pitch to Connor Griffin. Comes in high, ball 1.
Yeah, good heat on that one.
Second pitch, swinging foul ball. It's going to even the count at 1 here. And we've got races going on again between Digby and Malcolm Pasana.
Yeah, the next thing we need to get Morgan to buy us is a radar gun.
If we can keep getting a seat like this, that'd be a nice addition. That's going to be a good hit, just foul. Connor Griffin gets a hold of one down the 3rd baseline.
Yeah, Coach Snyder actually running to the line to actually see it for himself and was took a little extra hop there, not necessarily in disgust, but he really wanted that one for his player there.
That was right there, kind of like a gut punch. It definitely could have been a great inning extender with a 2-out, probably double for Connor Griffin right there. Halter comes back and gets him strike 3 for out number 3. And Pleasant Grove gets out of this one 1, 2, 3. As they take a small break, we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
And we are back live here in Winnsboro. Pleasant Grove is on top of this ball game 4-0. Great performance so far from Jared Halter. Great at-bats from these Pleasant Grove Hawk hitters. Mendez is doing a great job of keeping a lot of guys that we normally see hit the ball very well, keeping them off balance here.
Yeah, I'm thinking if I'm a Pleasant Grove Hawk batter right now, I'm going to go and get a heavier bat.
First pitch to Cade Martin comes in just a little high. Mendez wanted that one to fall in for a strike there.
Yeah, stayed just inside and a little bit high. But he definitely does have some good movement on those off-speed curveballs.
Second pitch just low and away. 2-0 count. Cade Martin, not a guy you want to leave one hanging to here, so definitely got to be in the back of the mind of Mendez. Comes in high and outside, making it 3-0 here. If anyone in this lineup probably has a 3-0 green light, it's going to be Cade Martin. And he will take a hack at it. Fouls it straight back behind us for strike number 1. Coach Fincher down there telling him, hey, that wasn't in the cup.
Yeah, I think Mendez was pretty appreciative that ball went foul.
3-1 pitch on the way to Cade Martin. That one's going to be foul as well, right over the visiting dugout. Mendez has worked himself back into a full count here.
When as Cade continues to fight some of these off, that's going to give him more and more time to be able to pace his arm to be able to get a good swing on this ball.
Full count pitch on the way here. And it's going to hit Cade Martin on the shoulder. Cade Martin, I'm not sure why he didn't just kind of get out of the way of that one. I know we teach our hitters to stay in the box and, take that. We need base runners, but a 3-2 count, it's going to hit you. You're going to be walked anyway, so go ahead and take that walk.
Well, he may have realized that it was going to be an off-speed pitch. wasn't necessarily going to leave any seam marks on him.
Garrett Harrison, your courtesy runner for the catcher tonight. So he steps into first base. Hunter Rose steps into the batter's box.
And we had an opportunity to visit with Garrett's older brother a little bit before the game.
Oh, yeah. One runner on, nobody out here. As Hunter Rose watches first pitch for ball 1. We're going to have a throwdown, but no steal. Garrett Harrison stayed on first there, still had a throwdown, just taking precautionary measures from catcher Logan Ray. One 1-0 pitch to Hunter Rose. He's going to bunt that. It's right in front of the plate. Logan Ray tried to make sure it went foul. It pulls him off. Oh, he's out. I thought he was pulled off the bag, but it looks like he caught him. That's going to be out number 1 as Garrett Harrison moves up to second.
I think Joe Perlman is disagreeing with that call.
Looked like it pulled your first baseman, Riley Underwood, off the bag a little bit, but maybe he kept his toe on. Regardless of the situation, out number 1, 1 out, runner in scoring position as Buck Anderson steps into the batter's box. Buck Anderson check swing, strike number 1.
Buck stepping back in to see if he can line one out there.
Off-speed pitch, low. Ball 1. 1-1 count now, 1 person out. Garrett Harrison on second in the scoring position.
Yeah, Logan Ray doing a good job there keeping the ball in front of him. Starting to get a little noise out of the dugout for Pleasant Grove.
Swing and a miss from Buck Anderson. That's going to bring the count to 1-2 here with 1 out.
Yeah, Buck going to have to choke up here and sort of fight off these pitches until he can find one where he wants to drive. That right side of the infield looks wide open for him.
Buck Anderson watches that pitch come across inside, 2-2 here.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that the base runners for Pleasant Grove really aren't trying to put a little more pressure on the pitcher and catcher.
2-2 count here, just 1 out, runner in scoring position. Buck Anderson gets a hold of one. He's going to hit that out in the center. That's going to be over the head of Vasa. Garrett Harrison comes around third. There's not going to be a play at the plate, and that's going to move the score to 5-0 on the stand-up double from Buck Anderson.
Yeah, good rip there by Buck. Just able to pick up his pitch there.
Definitely in at bat where Buck got to get a few swings in and time the pitcher up and kind of find out where his arm slot's coming from and how these breaking balls are breaking, because he has a couple of different breaking balls right now that are getting a lot of swings and misses out of these Pleasant Grove hitters.
Yeah, one of his breaking balls just really drops off the plate at the end there, and I mean it's amazing the job that this catcher's doing just to keep the ball in front of him.
Spencer Browning steps into the box with just 1 out.
That was the pitch I was talking about, just able to come across that plate, and some of these Hawks have gone ahead and swung at it tonight and just weren't able to make contact.
1-0 pitch to Spencer Browning. That's going to be outside. It's also going to get by the catcher. Buck Anderson's going to take a turn around third here. Mendez covers and Anderson holds up at third. Runner on third now, 1 out. 2-0 count for Spencer Browning.
It just looks like Mendez is just going to have to sort of tighten things up for himself and just try to do a little bit of all of it on his own.
2-0 pitch on the way. That goes outside corner for a strike. Great pitch right there by Mendez. Also, not a bad job right there by Logan Ray to bring that back in. Two 2-1 pitch, way outside. 3-1 now.
Yeah, Buck Anderson, once Mendez really starts making his move towards the plate, he's coming down the line pretty much, just sort of daring that catcher to throw him.
Spencer Browning's going to hit this down the hot corner. Going to be a hard play to make. Browning hustles down the line. He's going to be thrown out. And that's going to be out number 2 on the RBI for Spencer Browning.
Yeah, Buck Anderson able to cross the plate and add another run to the Hawks score.
Brings the game to 6-0. And that brings up to the plate Ty Boozer, your first baseman tonight.
Yeah, Ty flying out to center field first time at bat.
Mason Beck, that first pitch comes across strike 1, but Mason Beck's playing third base for Tyler Chapel Hill tonight. A few hard hit balls his way, and he's also got a double off the wall here.
Yeah, he's had a good game so far.
Breaking ball misses. 1-1 count for Ty Boozer here. 2 outs, nobody on for the Pleasant Grove Hawks. One pitch comes across just a little high, ball 2. 2-1, your new count. Two 1 pitch outside as well. 3-1, your new count. Mendez kind of losing control of that breaking ball right here in the bottom of the third. Comes back with a fastball for a strike, making the count 3-2 here. We've got a full count with 2 outs for Ty Boozer.
Yeah, Mendez moving a little faster now.
Ty Boozer gets a rip out in the left field, and he's going to be on base with a 2-out single here.
Yeah, good at bat there for Pleasant Grove, just taking it right over the head of Connor Griffin there. So bringing up Jace Elrod, who already has a single for tonight.
0-0 count and 2 outs, 1 on.
Looks like the wind's picked up just a little bit.
First pitch comes in a little high, 1-0.
You never want to get thrown out stealing for the third out in the inning, but Ty Boozer.
Did look like he was going to try to take off right there a little bit, and I think Mendez felt the same pressure. 1-0 count, 2 outs here. Elrod's going to bunt for a hit here. He's going to have to dig. He's going to be thrown out. And that's going to be out number 3. Great play right there from the catcher, Logan Ray. But Pleasant Grove strikes 2 more times, 6-0, your new score. As they take a break, we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
And we're back live here in Winnsboro as Pleasant Grove is on top of this ball game, 6-0 over the Tyler Chapel Hill Bulldogs here. Jared Halter looking strong. Probably a 4 or 5 pitch inning last inning. I'm not really sure how many pitches he ended up throwing there, maybe 10. But Jared Halter looking really strong on the mound right now and is really taking control of this ball game.
Yeah, Pleasant Grove looking good, both both sides, offense and defense here. But looks like we're going to have second baseman here, Malcolm Pisano, really trying to make some moves for Chapel Hill here.
Malcolm Pisano, a really athletic-looking second baseman here for Tyler Chapel Hill. Definitely a guy you want to make sure he's back in the dugout here and not a leadoff single or base on balls. Breaking ball comes in just high, 2-0 to Pisano here.
Yeah, definitely want to thank those that are watching our stream tonight, but we do have a game 2 scheduled tomorrow for 8 p.m. here in Winnsboro.
If it keeps going this way, that'll be a closeout chance for the Hawks to move on to round 2. 3-0 pitch comes in across the plate, making it 3-1 here. Behind in the count, not a place we've seen Halter a lot, if at all, tonight. As the 3-1 skims across Pisana's chest. Don't want to think that I jinxed that. But like I said, not a guy you kind of want to lead off as a base runner right here for Chapel Hill.
Well, if I'm going to put someone on the base, I'd rather hit them than walk them. That's just me, though.
That's going to bring up Ethan Mendez, your pitcher. With a man on, nobody out. First pitch, swing and strike. Makes the count 0-1.
Yeah, Ethan grounded out his first at bat, so looking to get his first knock for the evening.
And Jared Halter probably wants the same thing right here for a chance to roll it up. That pitch comes inside on Mendez for ball 1. 1-1 your count, runner on first, nobody out. Pickoff move from Halter. Pisana gets back in with plenty of time. Halter goes back-to-back picks.
Mendez digs back in.
Count still 1-1. Halter goes 3 in a row. Playing a little mind game right there with Pisana. One pitch pops foul. Right over the visiting dugout. Brings the count to 1-2.
Yeah, Mendez just sort of stabbing at that one just to
fight it off. One of those pitches, you know, it's going to be a strike, but at the last second. Halter throws a breaking ball, just misses inside.
Yeah, lots of movement there, but just a little bit low, it looked like.
I'm going to even this count up at 2 here. 2-2, nobody out, 1 on as Halter picks again the first. Two pitch. It's going to be a bouncer back to Halter. He's got to reach up and get it. Just take the out at first, and he will. Out number 1, but it does move Pisana up to second base.
Yeah, for a second there, Halter had some fans watching him, and we didn't have third base covered. And so Spencer Browning wisely gets back to third base just to keep that base runner at second.
Playing on the turf right there, almost played a huge role in that play right there as that ball bounced up almost over the head of Jared Halter.
And I mentioned tomorrow's game, it's going to start an hour later.
Yes.
So it's going to be at 8 p.m. And so that's going to be enough time for our fans to have date night in Texarkana and then get on the road.
Exactly. Get out here and watch these Hawks play, hopefully close it out if it keeps going the way it's going tonight. 1-0 pitch comes across the plate just high. Brings the count to 1-0. Runner in scoring position with just 1 out here.
Yeah, Riley hit it out into center field his last at bat and got a single.
Halter misses just outside there. 2-0 count right now.
Yeah, I would think if he did that again, they would definitely send the runner to try to score.
There we go, right on the outside corner for Halter. He's been looking for that call for a couple pitches now. Two 2-1, your new count. Two 2-1 pitch, swing and strike. Evening up the count at 2 here.
Yeah, Jarrett looking at J.M. Long playing shortstop for the call on what they're going to do and how they're going to play this base runner.
Hard hit. Spencer Browning makes the dive and play. He's going to throw it across the diamond. Boozer dives for it, but it's up the line. Tyler Chapel Hill's going to score their first run of the night as Pisana crosses the plate, making the score 6-1. Browning making an incredible play to keep that ball on the infield. The throw just getting away from him. Coach Fincher's going to take a mound visit just to settle the Hawks down here. Not really hurt, but you never want to see your team give up runs. This team is a very stingy team. We see the ERAs of these pitchers, and then we see the point differential between them and their opponents. So we know this team is very stingy. They don't like to give up runs. So this is just a settle-down meeting from Coach Fincher here.
And Spencer made a great job stopping that ball. And so, you just hope that throw is going to be a little bit more on target, but
definitely a great hit by Riley Underwood, his second very hard hit ball of the ball game. So you got one out, runner in scoring position. Riley Underwood stands on second. And now we've got a new score, 6-1. As Jackson Cummings steps into the batter's box. First pitch strike from Jared Halter.
it looks like a lot of times that we see Jarrett come out real strong after some of those mound visits by Coach Fincher.
Just a little boost of confidence. Second pitch in the dirt. Great job by Cade Martin of keeping that in front and keeping Underwood at second. One pitch, one out, runner on second. Comes across the plate for a strike. And I think Halter needs to settle in just right there.
Yeah, especially on these right-handed hitters throwing that heat on the outside, that's going to be tough for them to be able to get to.
1-2 pitch in the dirt, gets the swinging strike. Cade Martin's going to throw him out, and Boozer with some great footwork there. A little wonky situation there as we didn't get a call from the home plate umpire as to whether that was strike three or not. Waited until the throw was made down to first to check with the first base umpire. I'm not sure how that situation normally goes, but definitely a little wonky situation there for these Tyler Chapel Hill Bulldogs. 2 outs, runner in scoring position, and Chandler Lawson steps into the batter's box.
He hit into a fielder's choice his first time at bat.
First pitch bounces over the plate for ball one. Another great job by Cade Martin there. The Hawks having a great year this year, and I'm sure Coach Fincher and no one else in that organization is looking to the future, but us fans out here, you got to think that the future for this Pleasant Grove baseball program is super bright. Even guys who are veteran players on this team like Cade Martin are only juniors and have another year in this program.
Well, and I mean, and J.M. Long is as strong a shortstop as you're going to have, but like I mentioned, we've got players on the field right now that's their regular position when they're not playing high school baseball.
2-0 count on the way here from Halter. That's going to come across that outside corner for strike number one.
Yeah, Jared has definitely found his spot there on that outside corner.
2-1 pitch coming to you now. 2 outs, runner on second base. That's going to get underneath the legs of Cade Martin. Underwood's going to advance to third. Now there's a runner on third. A 3-1 count for Jared Halter and the Hawks.
I don't necessarily think that that's going to change how Jared's going to deliver these next few pitches. But that just, any ball hit into the outfield, hits the turf, definitely going to score a run.
2 outs here. The Hawks are really only 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning with a ground ball right here. 2-1 comes inside. Swing and miss. Making this a full count here with 2 outs. Runner on third. Huge pitch right here.
Yeah, laying off that pitch probably puts him on first base, so he did Jared a favor there.
Jared Halter is looking to take advantage of that mistake there. That's going to be a ground hit ball to J.M. Long. He flips it across the diamond. Ty Boozer with the stretch and catch. That's going to be out number 3. Chapel Hill does scratch a run across. 6-1, your new score. As they take a break, we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day. And we're back live here in Winnsboro, where Pleasant Grove is ahead in this ball game, 6-1 over the Tyler Chapel Hill Bulldogs. Tyler Chapel Hill showing that they're not just going to lay down in this game, put some pressure on the Hawks last inning, only scratching across 1 run, though.
You know, and Mendez comes out for this bottom of the 4th inning, but this is going to be the 3rd time that Pleasant Grove has had a chance to take a look at him. So you just really have to ask, you know, does Pleasant Grove finally get his number and get used to this, you know, velocity, or, you know, is it going to be time for us to see another pitcher?
Exactly, and then talking about that, just seeing another pitcher, that could also be a thing. You've been through your lineup 3 times now facing Mendez, who throws a lot of junk balls, and then if you come back with, if Tyler Chapel Hill can come back with a pitcher that has a little bit of velo, these Pleasant Grove hitters could be in some kind of trouble.
Number 2, Clark.
Brendan Clark is going to lead off the inning. He is your original leadoff here. As you just mentioned, seeing Mendez for the 3rd time. First pitch is going to fall across for a strike. And it's just hard facing a pitcher like this because it kind of breaks all your rules as a hitter. You know, you go in with an 0-0 count looking for something straight that you can drive, and he drops a 12-6 on you. Brendan Clark's going to get a hold of that one, smashed out in the right field. It's going to be caught. Great catch by Chandler Lawson out in right field for out number 1. That's going to bring up Jared Halter, your pitcher tonight.
Yeah, jammed just a little bit there, but was still able to get it up into the air, but just not deep enough or where they weren't.
Also, we got to remember about the velo as well. These hitters are kind of putting all the power into it. When you have those guys throwing hard, it's not very hard to hit it far, you know. So that ball may have been to the wall had this been a different pitcher, but these Pleasant Grove hitters are going to have to figure it out. Jared Halter gets a hold of one right there. That's going to go through for a 1-out single and brings up J.M. Long.
Yeah, J.M. Long had a little extra pep in his step there. I think he's eager to get up here.
Number 7, J.M. Long.
J.M. Long steps into the box. Just 1 out, 1 on here. First pitch swung on and popped up high to shortstop here, and that's going to be out number 2. It's going to bring up your junior catcher, Cade Martin, with 2 out and 1 on here.
Yeah, if you're Chapel Hill, I mean, Mendez is doing everything that you're asking him to do this inning.
Pitch to Cade Martin. Mendez steps off. first pitch. In for a strike. As Logan Ray back picks, trying to catch Jared Halter asleep on first base there.
Yeah, Jared doing a good job getting back.
Halter on the move. Martin's going to let him steal it. He's going to have it standing up, but he slides anyway. Runner on second. 2 outs here. 1-1 count for Cade Martin. He's going to call time and step out of the box. Anything on the grass here, or I should say in the outfield here. Halter's probably looking to score from second. Cade Martin's going to pop this out high in the right field. Lawson's going to settle under. That's out number 3. And the Tyler Chapel Hill Bulldogs get out of this thing without letting up a run. 6-1 still your score. As they take a break, we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of industry-leading Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Take advantage of exceptional financing offers from your local Cub Cadet dealer today.
You've spent years working hard to create your financial security. Reward yourself with a checking account designed specifically for you by a bank that shows you the outstanding level of customer service you deserve. With State Bank's Elite Checking, you can qualify for a competitive rate of interest, no monthly service fee, free checks, and superior customer service. Let State Bank be your bank for service, relationships, and living life to its fullest.
And we're back live here in Winnsboro where Pleasant Grove sits on top of this ball game, 6-1. Chapel Hill came out and had a strong showing on defense right there, right after they scratched across a run. So Tyler Chapel Hill not laying down for the Hawks by any means here.
Well, and they were able to do that against 1, 2, 3, 4. So, I mean, the top of the order, they're able to get them out with no runs and left one runner on. Jarrett Halter comes out to extend his pitching time tonight. And, I mean, if Chapel Hill puts together a couple runs here, they get it back within, 2 or 3 runs. It's going to be an interesting last 2 innings of the game.
Exactly. You got to be thinking back to early in the game with that ground ball to J.M. Long when there was a tag out right there at third. That's kind of a turning point in this ball game because if Tyler Chapel Hill strings together 3 or so runs in that inning, we're in a different ball game right now.
Absolutely.
Going to have a ground ball down to first base, just foul as Ty Boozer scoops it up. Logan Ray, your catcher, sits in the 0-2 count.
And that's something that we see common with Jarrett, being able to get ahead of the batters. They're definitely not going to give this batter anything that they could drive.
Foul ball straight behind us. We're going to stay 0-2 here. Very uncharacteristic of Jarrett Halter last inning. We saw him out on the mound, kind of getting behind hitters, 3-0 counts, 3-1 counts. It doesn't look like he's going to repeat that this inning. 1-2, your new count.
Yeah, really taking advantage of that outside pitch on these right-handed batters.
Time called right here by Logan Ray.
Yeah, Logan Ray grounded out his first at bat.
1-2 pitch on the way. And it's going to hit Ray. And that's going to be 1 on, nobody out here.
Coming to play for Bulldogs, number 25, Mason Beck.
Mason Beck, one of the bright spots in this Chapel Hill lineup tonight, steps into the box with 1 on, nobody out here. We're also going to have a courtesy runner come in for the Bulldogs. Looks like that's going to be number 4, Braylon Dean. First pitch comes across for a strike. 0-1 count here to Beck.
Yeah, Beck grounded out to Britton Clark last inning, or his last at bat.
Pickoff move over to first. Dean in. Oh, 1 count here. Nobody out. 1 man on. That's going to be strike 2. 0-2 count for Mason Beck now.
Yeah, Cade jumps up like he's going to throw behind the runner, but just sort of lost the ball just a little bit in his hand there.
Beck calls for time. Oh, 2 pitch. Ball hit hard down the first baseline, just foul. Ty Boozer laid out for it.
Yeah, both the umpire on the first base side and the one behind the plate called that foul very quick.
Very, very close to being fair right there, but it's still 0-2 here with nobody out and a man on first. Oh, 2 count comes to Mason Beck here. Dean leads off first. Pitch on the way. That's going to be strike 3 for out number 1. And that's going to roll the order over, Jay.
Yeah, they were going to have the opportunity to see Jarrett 3 times. I think I would probably have to see him about 10 times.
Yeah.
But Jarrett possibly is going to have to change things up just a little bit.
Center fielder Austin Vasa steps into the box. First pitch, swing and strike. 0-1 count, 1 out, man on first.
Yeah, Austin has yet to get on base, struck out first and then hit a fly out to center field.
Pickoff move to first base. Boozer having to reach out and get that one. Count remains 0-1. 1 out, man on first. Chance for a double play for the Hawks here. That pitch falls in for a strike as well. Jared Halter sitting in an 0-2 count.
Jared hits the first batter and says, you know what, I'll take the rest from here.
0-2 pitch, headed to the plate. Great pitch right there, just a little outside. Brings the count to 1-2 here.
Yeah, Cade doing a good job trying to get that framed up, but just didn't get that call.
1-2 pitch, 1 out. It's going to be flared out in the left field. That ball's going to stay. Oh, it's foul.
Yeah, I don't know how close that was, but that was very, very close to being in fair territory there.
Very, very close, and that ball was going to bounce around in the corner for a second. You got to think with the courtesy runner on.
And that could have scored him from first base.
Yeah. These umpires doing a great job of chasing these balls all the way down the line tonight.
And with as much as Pleasant Grove was giving him that left field line, I'm not sure I would throw him another fastball.
1-2 pitch on the way. Hits Austin Vasa on the 1-2 pitch. That's going to be runners on first and second. Just 1 out here for your 2-hole shortstop, Connor Griffin. A little score updates from around the Texarkana area right here. Texas High on top of their ball game in the top of the 6th, 1-0, and LE in the top of the 4th, 5-1.
Yeah, I was talking to some Texas High fans earlier today, and I think they've got the same exact excitement that Pleasant Grove has with the young team making it this far into the playoffs. And, you know, it's always good to see all the local talent have success.
Definitely a great thing to see whenever you cover a lot of schools like we do, and a lot of schools are still playing late into the season or they're making that playoff run. Definitely gives us a lot of things to do, but it just says a lot about Texarkana sports.
Well, and even to the parents, you know, the parents of the programs all around the city are just so strong and enabling their kids to be able to play summer ball and travel ball, and it just allows each of these high schools to be able to field such great teams as they do.
A lot of teams around the area are still young, and like you said, having this much success early in these players' careers means a lot to these programs. 0-0 pitch on the way to Connor Griffin. Just one out. Runners on first and second here for Chapel Hill. First pitch strike, 0-1.
Yeah, and Jarrett's had a lot of success with forcing batters to hit ground balls, and with this defense behind him, you know, turning two is definitely not out of the question here to get them out of the inning.
0-1 pitch on the way. Swing and foul ball. That's going to bounce off the knee or thigh of Cade Martin.
Yeah, Cade's probably going to take a few extra steps, and the umpire wisely going out there to have a little chat with Jarrett just to give him a little more time. Coach Fincher coming out to double check on his ace catcher as well.
Martin pops back up and dusts himself off. I'm sure he's felt a little bit more pressure than that in the trenches on Friday nights,
right?
Than that ball in the dirt.
And it was a little bit higher pitch than normal, but I did hear him tell Coach Fincher he's all right.
0-2 count here. One out. Runners on first and second. Going to have a pick off the second. Dean gets back in before the tag.
That's what's so good about these players playing with each other for so long. I mean, J.M. Long and Jarrett Halter there on the same page. Just not able to get him out there.
0-2 pitch on the way here. Halter comes high. 1-2 now. Just one out. Runners on first and second.
And still ahead of this batter. Definitely not going to give him anything that he can just drive.
Great job right there by Griffin of fighting that pitch off. Count remains 1-2.
Yeah, Jarrett hitting his spot there. Just Griffin able to get his bat on the ball to keep a count at 1-2.
Got time here. Oh, the ball bounces back off of the fence onto the field of play here. So we got time from the umpire. 1-2 count here. Just one out. Runners on first and second. Chapel Hill threatening. Jared Halter ahead in this count. 1-2 pitch comes in low. Evens the count at 2.
Yeah, good eye by Griffin to lay off on that one. Even up the count.
2-2, your new count. There's going to be a check swing on the 2-2 pitch. Umpire says no, he did not. That brings your count to 3-2. Full count here with just one out. Runners on first and second. And you look at the on deck circle, and you got Malcolm Pisana standing there. Strike 3. And it's going to be a back pick at first. He's out. Double play. Pleasant Grove gets out of the inning. Every time Tyler Chapel Hill becomes threatening, Pleasant Grove shuts the door, and they do it again right there. As they take a little break, we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day.
Life is busy. and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
We are back at Winnsboro, where we are in the bottom of the fifth, where Pleasant Grove leads 6-1 over Chapel Hill. And we do have some good news from the crosstown rivals of Pleasant Grove. Liberty Allo closes out their game and wins 6-2 over Van. And so continuing to see some success from Liberty Allo. Pleasant Grove looking to extend their lead in the bottom of the fifth inning here, where they are going to have Hunter Rose up to bat here first. And Ethan Mendez continues to stay on the mound for Chapel Hill.
Tough game for Mendez right here. Not pitching a bad game at all. Pleasant Grove has stringed together a few runs here. But every time his offense begins to threaten, Pleasant Grove just slams the door shut.
Yeah, and that one from a moral victory standpoint, it's just ugly for Chapel Hill and just phenomenal for Pleasant Grove.
Rose is going to flare that one right over the third baseman. That's going to be a leadoff single for the freshman. Buck Anderson, your freshman DH, is going to step into the batter's box with one on, nobody out.
Yeah, Buck had a good hit in the previous at bat where he had a double. Hunter Rose's speed, that's going to definitely create some havoc out there.
Hunter Rose getting a good lead at first. Mendez recognized it. Ball gets away.
Perlman points at the bag to keep Hunter Rose there.
0-0 count for Buck Anderson right here. Buck's going to square the bunt. He's going to bunt it right back to the pitcher here. Looks at second, goes over to first. And Buck's going to be out on the sack bunt. He will move Hunter Rose over to second base. One out. Man on second for your freshman third baseman, Spencer Browning.
Pleasant Grove now having a runner in scoring position. You know, Chapel Hill's got 6 outs left to be able to get some runs, so any run that Pleasant Grove adds from this point on is just going to be so hard for Chapel Hill to get it back.
Spencer Browning sits back on that one, but not long enough as he hits that one a long way foul, had the distance. A 340-foot foul ball, strike one for Spencer Browning.
If he can straighten that out, that would be the 5th Hawk to take one out of the park this year.
Spencer Browning staying in the batter's box here. 0-1 count, one out, man on second here. As Browning just gets out of the way of that one, making the count 1-1.
I think Spencer definitely wants to hit because he could have been on first base with that one.
After you see a foul ball like that, you just thinking the next one's going to be the same way. One pitch. Browning goes downstairs to get that breaking ball. And that's going to make the count 1-2.
Yeah, just a little bit of a late decision there to swing at that pitch.
1-2 is your new count. Still one out here. Hunter Rose stands on second base in scoring position. Spencer Browning sits back on that one and drives to center field, but that's going to be caught by Vasa. No tag from Rose. And just like that, there's 2 outs for the Chapel Hill Bulldogs, and Hunter Rose is still standing on second base.
Yeah, well hit ball. Just didn't tell enough to get away from that center fielder, who did a great job covering ground there.
Ty Boozer steps into the batter's box. If you're Coach Fincher, you're very comfortable with 2 outs and Ty Boozer at the plate.
Yeah, he's got a single and a fly out so far tonight.
First pitch comes across that outside corner. Strike 1. That ball is going to be hit right back to the pitcher, and Mendez will make the 3rd out at first base. Pleasant Grove won't tack on anymore. 6-1 still your scores. They take a break. We're going to take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day. And we are back for the top of the 6th inning here. Pleasant Grove still in control of this ball game, 6-1. Jared Halter still on the bump for the Hawks as well. Malcolm Pisano, your second baseman tonight, stepping in the box for the Tyler Chapel Hill Bulldogs. First pitch, swing and strike. Pisano just behind that fastball. 0-1's your count. Second pitch, foul straight back. 0-2 your new count. Halter coming straight at Pisano here.
Yeah, he had a good hit out to center field his first at bat and then walked his previous at bat, so he's looking to get his first hit tonight.
Just missed on the outside corner there. Ball 1-2 your new count. Third swing and strike. And a strikeout for out number 1, and Jared Halter looking strong in that at bat.
Yeah, that's his 5th strikeout tonight, so he's keeping that pace going for, strikeout per inning, or at least a little bit better than that when you take the total season in play.
Pitcher-on-pitcher duel right here as Ethan Mendez steps into the box. First pitch outside, ball 1. One 0 pitch on the way. Comes in just high, a little bit inside. 1-1 or 2-0. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Pleasant Grove infield playing out right now. Just playing for the throw to first.
2-0 pitch comes in low, gets away from Cade Martin. That's going to be ball 3. Pitcher Mendez sitting in a 3-0 count with 1 out. Mendez squares the bunt on 3-0. That's going to be high and outside, ball 4. So there's a man on first base, 1 out. And that's going to bring up Riley Underwood, your first baseman.
Number 19, Riley Underwood.
One out, one on here for the Bulldogs.
Chapel Hill looking to put some pressure on these Hawks.
Cade Martin with the back pick. Great job by Ty Boozer scooping that out of the dirt. Oh, pitch on the way here. That's going to be a strike.
Yeah, good looking pitch there by Jarrett. Cade Martin still taking another peek down first base, though.
Cade Martin's going to take one off the thigh again. Foul ball there. That's going to make the count 1-2. Looks like we've got a base runner, courtesy runner in for Mendez there, and it's going to be number 6, Peyton Baxter for the Bulldogs over on first. Just one out here, 1-2 count. Pickoff from Halter, and Baxter's in safely.
Yeah, Cade Martin setting up for an outside pitch here.
And it comes inside. We're going to have a swing and strike 3. Baxter does advance to second. Another little weird situation that's happened tonight, but pass ball, strike 3. Baxter moves up to second. 2 outs.
At number 7,
Now,
Jackson Cummings.
Jackson Cummings, your left fielder, is stepping into the batter's box.
Yeah, first inning he had a double, and then last at bat he did strike out facing Jarrett.
We're going to have a foul ball right here over the top of the booth. It's actually going to land right beside the stands. And that's going to be 0-1. Producer Cam Sullivan claims he would have caught that ball if it wasn't for the headset connected to the computer. 0-1 count, 0-1 pitch on the way. It's going to be popped up high to shortstop. J.M. Long's going to call Halter off, and he's going to make the out or the catch for out number 3. Pleasant Grove gets out of the inning with no runs scored. That leaves the score at 6-1. As they take a break, we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
And we're back here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Still 6-1 on the scoreboard. Pleasant Grove on top of Tyler Chapel Hill. Round 1 of these playoffs here in the 4A division. Jace Elrod is going to be your leadoff hitter tonight.
And one of the things that Chapel Hill is going to have to be mindful of is 5 runs and this game's over.
Exactly. Definitely don't want to give up a big inning to the Hawks right here. That will end the ball game.
So if Jace gets on, that brings up top of the order.
Mm-hmm. First pitch falls just off the plate, ball 1. Elrod put the good swing on that one high in the right field. Might be in no man's land, and it will drop. A leadoff single for Jace Elrod. That brings up Brenton Clark, your original leadoff in this ball game. Jace Elrod is going to come out and be courtesy ran for as Richardson takes over at first base. Another freshman on this Pleasant Grove roster. Brenton Clark steps into the batter's box. 0-0 count, nobody out, man on first here. Pickoff, and Jay Rich is back in no time.
Yeah, Brenton's 2 for 3 with 2 singles so far tonight.
Pitch comes in high. Great job right there of Logan Ray to bounce out from behind the plate, as Jay Rich was pretty far off first. One-0 pitch to Brenton Clark. Ball falls off the plate. 2-0, your new count. Nobody out. One man on.
Yeah, Fincher giving the call to both runner and batter here.
Comes it in high and away. 3-0, your new count. Not the start you wanted to the inning if you're Tyler Chapel Hill. You got to think Brent Clark has to take here, and he will. And that's ball 4. You got runners on first and second. Nobody out here for Jared Halter.
Yeah, Mendez taking a little bit longer walk behind the pitcher's mound here.
Going to have Coach Snyder come out and have his first mound visit of the night. You got to tip your cap if this is the last time we see Mendez. You've got to tip your cap to him. He's thrown a good ball game. Not a lot of walks in this game. He's got a few strikeouts under his belt. And the balls just didn't fall his way. A lot of hits got in front of his outfielders out there in the outfield. Right fielder had one go to the wall on him one time. But it hasn't been a bad showing on the mound for him. I know the scoreboard doesn't say that, but if you were here and you watched this game, you got some respect for Mendez.
Yeah, I don't think he can be disappointed in himself at all. I mean, he's had a good game tonight, and the last 3 to 4 pitches just really haven't been there for him. So you just have to think they're going to try to get through this game with him, just so that they can keep their other arms fresh. Because now you do have to start thinking, how are we going to win, the game on Saturday? If they could get through tomorrow's. I don't know how many pitches he has, but I think he's probably even done for this series.
Mm-hmm. A few more pitches than he probably wanted to throw tonight for sure. But Jared Halter steps into the box. 0-0, nobody out, 2 runners on. Halter's going to bunt this one. He's got a chance to be safe at first. Mendez is going to try to go to third. Halter has a bunt single, and the bases are loaded. J.M. Long, probably the guy, if you ask Coach Fincher, who do you want to come up with the bases loaded outside of Caden Martin? And I think this is the next guy on that list.
Number 7, J.M. Long.
Nobody out, and the bases are juiced here. A big inning here ends the ball game for the Hawks, and J.M. Long has a chance to make them at least 1 run shy of that.
Yeah, J.M. stretched a little more than he should have the last bat and popped out to the shortstop, so you expect him to put wood on it this time.
Second pitch outside, 2-0. A hitter's count right here for J.M. Long.
And Fincher steps towards third base to give Richardson a little extra coaching on what to be mindful for.
That's going to be a good pitch right there from Mendez, dropping it in for a strike. 2-1, your new count. Nobody out, bases loaded for the Pleasant Grove Hawks right here.
J.M. Long this could be a pitch for him to drive.
Gonna come in high and away. That's gonna be a 3-1 count now. Kind of a dangerous situation for Mendez because J.M. Long knows he has to come to him right here.
And the flag in center field is probably the most it's waved all night.
3-1 pitch to J.M. Long. And it's going to be outside, ball 4. Richardson will score on the walk. That's going to make the score 7-1. And the bases are still loaded for another power hitter in this lineup, and Cade Martin.
24, Cade Martin at the plate.
With Coach Snyder coming out again right here, you got to think that's the last time we'll see Mendez. Definitely tipping our cap to him from the game day booth for sure tonight.
Absolutely.
As he'll get a clapping ovation on his way out of the ball game. And it looks like we're going to have your first baseman, Riley Underwood, come in and replace Mendez. And let's see who's going to be your new first baseman here. Mendez is going to stay in the ball game at first base, I believe. But as Underwood takes his warm-up pitches, we're going to take a small break, and we'll be right back here on Game Day.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of industry-leading Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Take advantage of exceptional financing offers from your local Cub Cadet dealer today.
You've spent years working hard to create your financial security. Reward yourself with a checking account designed specifically for you by a bank that shows you the outstanding level of customer service you deserve. With State Bank's Elite Checking, you can qualify for a competitive rate of interest, no monthly service fee, free checks, and superior customer service. Let State Bank be your bank for service, relationships, and living life to its fullest.
And we're back. We got a pitch and change for the Chapel Hill Bulldogs as your original first baseman, Riley Underwood, takes over on the bump. While he warms up, we do have a final for the Liberty Ilo game. They take that 6-2 in game 1 of that 3-game series. They will play tomorrow night, and that'll be a deciding game whether they move on to the next round or if they'll have to play another one on Saturday.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Riley's able to do here. And, you know, as long as he throws less than 30 pitches for the remainder of this game, he can come back and pitch tomorrow.
Definitely something that's going to be in the mind of Coach Snyder as this game gets underway again. Cade Martin's going to hit one hard to third. He's going to have one at home and have the second one at third. Double play from Chapel Hill, and they're quickly out of a lot of danger.
Yeah, that's got to be a great move by the coach there after a double play like that, and well executed by Chapel Hill, but not necessarily out of the woods yet with bringing up Hunter Rose.
Hunter Rose comes up, 2 outs, 2 men on. Great job right there for Tyler Chapel Hill, if nothing else, giving you some momentum going into game 2. As Underwood comes in for strike 1 on Hunter Rose.
Yeah, Pleasant Grove with 2 men in scoring position with Hunter Rose at bat here.
Ball 1. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, ball 1.
Yeah, catcher tells lower it just a little bit and he'll get that call.
Hunter Rose swings and fouls one. Straight back. It's going to be a 1-2 count right here for Hunter Rose. Hunter Rose swings and fouls one back to the backstop.
Yeah, good cut there, just a little bit under it.
1-2 count, 2 outs here, 2 men on for the Hawks. And that ball's going to hit the dirt. Jared Halter began to run home, but he realized it was just underneath the legs of Logan Ray.
And not a bad pitch with 1 and 2 there.
2-2 count. Now, 2 outs here, 2 men on. Two-two pitch, and this foul straight back to the umpire's chest. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, I think the catcher's going to take an opportunity to walk out there to give the umpire a little bit extra time there.
That foul ball was quick off the bat to the chest guard of the umpire there. Looks like he's going to take a few steps. Probably knocked the wind out of him, maybe gave him a couple palpitations. Looked like he just pointed to his neck, so he may have got him a little high on the chest protector there. There he is, taking his place back behind home plate. He's ready. Still a 2-2 count here, 2 outs, 2 men on.
Hunter Rose there sort of giving up a little, asking me if he's all right.
2-2 to Rose. And Rose is going to pop this up high in the left field. And that's going to be out number 3. As Tyler Chapel Hill gets out of this one. 7-1 your score. As they take a small break, we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
Good evening. We are back live here in Winnsboro. Top of the 7th inning. Tyler Chapel Hill, 3 outs to score 6 runs right here to extend this ball game.
Yeah, they're going to have to leave it all out there this inning. The good news I can tell them is, so far they've kept Pleasant Grove under their average, but they've also scored less than what Pleasant Grove has allowed average too. So they're going to have to get 6 on the board here pretty quick.
I know we talked about Jared Halter's ERA to start this game, and I just was talking to our stat man Zach Doty back at the base office there, and the .92 ERA was the Texarkana area baseball is so good that .92 ERA is only the 2nd best in the area, and that ball's hit high in the left field. As Elrod's going to settle under that one. That's out number 1.
Who was first?
First was Hooks Cameron Choate with a .40 ERA.
Nice.
Jared Halter will pitch his last pitch of the ball game. Looks like we're going to see sophomore Luke Flanagan take over on the bump here. Looks like we're going to also have some position changes around the field as Walker Wright jogs in from right field.
And similar to Riley for Chapel Hill, as long as Flanagan keeps his pitch count under 30, then he possibly could be the arm that is called on for tomorrow.
Flanagan comes into the ball game. with 37 innings pitched. Actually, he's a few above that. He's a few above that now because he did throw some last week, but he only comes in with a 1.70 ERA on the season. So this Pleasant Grove pitching staff is deep.
Well, once again, they're young. And of course, I mean, I was quite impressed just from Pleasant Grove whenever they decided to pick Walker Wright against Liberty Allo. And I really had not seen a lot of him coming into that game on the mound. And I guess I just missed the game or two that he pitched in. So I think he only had like 19 innings at that point. But, boy, he sure did put on a pitching, exposition against Liberty Allo.
He definitely did. We talk about it all the time. Late in the regular season, the coaches are always looking for that number 3. Most high school teams have a strong number 1 and a pretty good number 2. And that number 3 position is normally up in the air, and you got to have that guy going into these 3-game series. And I think in that game, Walker Wright kind of set himself up to be that number 3 guy.
Well, but you got to throw Hunter Rose in there too.
You got Hunter Rose. You got Hunter Rose. Obviously, you've got Jared Halter, Luke Flanagan. Square around the bunt. It's going to be a ball 1. 1-0 is your new count with 1 out here. Chapel Hill just 2 outs remaining in this ball game. Ball comes inside for ball 2.
Chapel Hill just saying we're going to force you to throw a strike before we do anything.
That one bounces outside. 3-0 is your count right now. 1 out. Flanagan's going to miss inside there. 4 balls. And that's going to put Logan Ray on first base with 1 out here. Definitely don't want to see a walk there, but nothing hurt. Ground ball gets you out of the ball game right now.
Well, and this is when you've got the senior leadership. J.M. Long taking the time to go out there and let Luke know, hey, we've got you. Just give them something that they can hit. And, it wouldn't surprise me for Pleasant Grove to end this on a double play.
Definitely would be a way to end it in dramatic fashion as we have Dean coming in a courtesy run again for the Bulldogs. Flanagan gets back in there for a strike, number 1 on Mason Beck. 0-1, 1 out with the runner on first here. Flanagan comes right back for strike number 2. Great pitch right there from Flanagan. Flanagan has Beck in the 0-2 count now. 1 out, runner on first. And that's going to be a chopper. Jay, you may have called it. Halter makes a great play right there, recognizing he couldn't get the out at second and just taking the easy one at first.
Yeah, no, well played. I think Jarrett made a very good call there. Very, very good base running there because, as soon as you heard the crack of the bat and he knew it was on the ground, the courtesy runner was off and running.
That's going to bring up your leadoff here, Austin Vesa, with 2 outs here. First pitch comes in, strike 1. Vesa not pleased with that call. Hard hit ball out to left field. Jason Elrod's going to track it down. That's going to be out number 3, and that's the ball game. Pleasant Grove takes game 1 of the 3-game series, 7-1. On the call tonight, I am Nick Reed. With me in the booth is Jay Davis. Behind the computer, as always, Cam Sullivan. On the camera, Donovan Brown. We are Texarkana Game Day, and we will see you guys next time.